I loves me some 1 degree of Chunky B.
Now, I just have to make a comment about Chunky B. Have you ever seen him looking so good?
The panel then includes actress Lady Kazan, comedian Chunky B, and Playboy TV host Julie Strain. Chunky?
What was the question?
Of course, it's easy. You know something? Our podcast is rolling, dude. I don't know if you know this, but
I do know. I'm the producer.
But there's one thing I do want to talk about. When you do go to chunkyb.tv,
yeah,
there's the Amazon. If you're shopping, you could do the Amazon shop through our website. Are you aware of that, Gary? Adler?
Yeah, my wife does it all the time. Way too much, by the way.
Don't stop her.
Okay.
Don't stop her. And I want to let you guys know that the beer, and you normally I have a bottle, right?
It's in the background.
Okay, but we can't show the guy right yet.
What?
We're confused. It's in the background.
You keep talking.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going. You get a bottle. Hey, you guys, if you're thirsty and you need to get your quack on, you want some beer? Venice Duck. Let me have one of those. Thank you, Adler. You're a freaking great man. Check this out. If you're gonna do some beering, this is what you drink. Get your quack on with Venice Duck. Thank you. What are we talking about?
John Henry and
Bonner?
Kristen Warren.
Yeah. You guys are good people. And I tell you what, I'm never going to give up on Astroglow.
It's Asta, by the way.
Astaglow.
Yeah.
Astroglow. This all makes sense in a second. Check this out. Right there.
Yeah.
Moisturizing before you get in the sun, during the sun, and after the sun. Just coat yourself.
It's
with
the
pure-
healthy moisturizer with the porno name.
You know something? You got to let that thing go. It's an all-American Astaglow.
Okay.
Okay? Guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great day to be alive. Thank you for tuning in. Come on in. Make yourself comfortable. This is the Garage of Love. My name is Chunky B, and I'm going to jump right across the table. Executive producer of Love. He goes by the name of Gary Adler.
Thank you, Chunky B. What a warm welcome. I feel welcome.
Yes. Yeah. And I'll tell you what. Manimal. The man himself, Andy Davey, coming in, just making everybody comfortable. The computer was messed up, and what did you do? You fixed it like nobody's business.
I fixed that shit.
You are, man, thank you for being here.
With confidence.
And I'm talking about mandatory group hug. And the reason why I want to do a group hug is because of our guest. This guy's resume is beyond imagination for anyone to be here in this particular situation. When I said it's a great day to be alive, you know why? Yves Bright is in the Garage of Love right now. Wow. There
Yves
he
Bright
is.
here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There.
Right.
Okay, listen to me. I actually knew you before you walked into the Garage of Love this evening because of the executive producer of Love, Gary Adler.
Stop saying love.
Dude,
Okay,
okay,
it's
like,
making me uncomfortable.
really? Is this a little awkward? Because
Get in
I
touch
love,
with your feminine side.
yeah. Yves, you are a phenomenal surfer, and you like to hang out with at the pier.
Yeah.
And I did a little research. I normally don't do research on our guests because I like it to be orgasmic. Organic.
I can back that up.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking man.
He's a handsome
Are
stud.
you sure you want to say you could back that up?
Oh, look at it. What?
See what he did right there?
Happy.
See what he did right
that
there?
up.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
Okay.
Oh, look at the time.
Look at this. Oh, that's our show, everybody. You're down there, and the Bright brothers. You do have a brother that you surf with. He's not here. No. It's all about you. Now, I did some research, like I told you. You were Beirut, Lebanon.
Yep.
At the age of 4, you got out of there.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Right.
Right? Does anyone ever punch you because you're from there?
No.
Have you get in a fight because you're from Beirut?
Oddly enough, I actually have never gotten into a fight because I was from there.
Really?
But you know what? People think I'm French, which I am
exactly
technically.
right.
My mom's side's French. My dad's side's English and Irish. So I was born there, but they were like, "Hey, you were born in Lebanon. Fuck, you want to kick your ass?" It doesn't happen.
Do you speak Beirutian?
I did not. I don't
no.
actually wear
What about
a
French?
vest either.
What about France?
Yeah, I speak French.
Do you really?
Oui, je parle français.
Oh, I bet that's all you know.
Je parle no, I know plenty of things. C'est
Man,
très bon
you're
père.
I never ever call a guest a
Right.
You hate him already,
Oh,
right? I
man.
can't stand this guy.
And you know why I hate him? Because he won an award,
He did.
Hunk of the Year.
Get out of here.
Swear to God.
People,
tell us-
like People Magazine kind of thing.
No. It was Cosmo or something.
You
Was
really
it
did
GQ?
yours?
What was it?
It was Cosmopolitan.
Nice, man.
Tell us about that.
I didn't win it. It wasn't like an award, but what it was interesting though. It was they did like Hunks across America, and I was.
They skipped this
Now,
block.
Chunky, were you involved in this in any
What
way?
about Chunk?
weren't you,
What
like-
about Chunk across America? I'm one letter away from this award.
You're one.
No, Yves.
That'd
go-
be chunks.
Yeah, exactly.
Chunks.
That's kind of cool, man. I wish I could brag about
chunks.
something like that.
And how do they come and say, hey, by the way, Yves, you're Hunk across America? Well, how did they just come knocking on your door and say congrats?
Yeah, actually, I got a phone call and I was like, "Wait, what?" She's like the editor, or I don't know who it was. She's like, "Yeah, we picked you to be California's Hunk," and I was like, "I was like, are you what?" I thought it was like one of my friends. I almost like hung up.
Oh,
They're like, no,
for sure.
we're gonna put you in a magazine. We're gonna send you on a tour.
Wow.
Good Morning
did you-
America.
No,
and
did you do all this?
Yeah, Ryan Seacrest, all
How
these
fun.
different things. Yeah, so it was fun.
You know something?
That's never
They
happened.
gave out my email. They gave me an email, and they gave it out in the magazine so people could email you,
Oh,
like
nice.
women and stuff.
And did that happen?
Yeah.
Do women just hit on you all the time?
Over that email, yeah. But
You're
not-
heterosexual, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, no, we don't judge.
Yeah,
we
no,
don't
I
judge.
am. I know. I know what the garage of love is all about.
Yeah, it's a fucking sausage
All the
fest.
orgasmicness in the back end. But, yeah, of course you don't judge.
Hey, ladies. I know we have a lot of ladies that listen. Just go to the website and put the video on and see Mr. Bright. Okay.
He's a handsome devil.
and you know something? I apologize for my rudeness. You may want to rub one out. Can I say that?
Yeah, just flick your bean a little bit. That's cool while you're listening. You know what I mean?
Right.
Why not?
You can enjoy. You know something? Multitasking. We're not afraid to multitask here.
Use
on
both hands.
1
wrong
degree
with
of
that.
chunky.
Nobody
Right.
cares.
It's healthy.
I'm a lefty. I'm a righty.
The garage of love.
Okay, so you got to travel around. What's your relationship with your folks? Do you have parents alive?
Yeah.
Where do they
see
live?
them every day. In the valley.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So are they like, what the hell's going on with my son? He's the hunk of California, and now he's like hanging out with Ryan Seacrest?
You know what? I don't even know if they knew. I mean, like honestly, I there's like so much stuff I don't share with them. You know, like I'll do a film, they'll know I'm like working, but they never see it. I used to serve contests. They'd be like, "Oh, you won. That's great." You know, but they wouldn't come.
That's so
Do they speak
weird
English?
to me, man.
But I see them all the time.
Do they speak English?
Yeah.
They get an accent, though, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet people want to punch them just for being from Beirut.
They don't have like a
Chucky,
they
would
don't
you
look.
stop?
They don't look.
Should I let that go?
They don't
It's
look
Lebanese.
No, but
There's nothing
my
wrong with
dad is like
Lebanese
English
people.
and Irish. He's got like he looks more English than
Oh, really?
Lebanese, you know. And my mom's, she's French. So I mean, it's not like they don't wear like turbans and you know.
Okay.
But your mom smokes cigarettes and eats
No.
baguettes, right?
Does your mom
No.
shave her pits? Does she shave her pits?
I didn't check recently.
Definitely.
But I'm pretty
What's
sure
her number?
She does.
Let's figure this out.
Definitely.
Let's call your mom. Could you imagine? Hey, Mom, I'm on a freaking podcast. Oh, they're asking me if you shave your pits.
Yeah, she'd be really happy
Mrs.
with
Bright.
me. She's like, I'm
Excuse
so
me.
proud of you.
Mrs. Bright. It's still gonna be here.
She'll be like Facebooking it. I'm so excited. My son is on this podcast. This is awesome.
This is one thing you're never gonna tell your folks. Thank you for letting us,
Probably not.
Jess.
Yeah.
And
Let's get the show started.
because let me tell
But
you
how
something.
funny would it be if my mom listens to the podcast and she actually calls in? She's like, "Who is that young man?"
It would be really weird
I was
because we
just
don't have a
flicking my
call-in
bean.
number. Who would she
Yeah,
be
who's
calling?
who's on caller number 4?
Excuse me, Mrs. Bright.
And what are they gonna win?
How are your pits? Okay, so you leave at 4 from that country and you come to the States.
Yeah.
And I want to backtrack because I like to just get the foundation.
Yeah, we like people with interesting stories.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
okay.
you're here, basically.
Let me ask you, where did you grow up?
I grew up here in LA.
In the Valley?
No, on Sunset Boulevard.
That's good that you denied that
On
right away.
Sunset Boulevard. No, not in
You
the
grew
valley.
up on Sunset.
I grew up. You know where the Mondrian is?
Yes.
Okay, that used to be an apartment building, and I lived in it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what floor it was, like
Oh my God.
7th or 12th.
What kind
or
of
something.
parents raise their kids on Sunset
Oh
Boulevard?
my God, it was
Yeah, I tell you what,
awesome.
one's from Lebanese.
I walked Sunset Boulevard every single day to go to school and back with my 2 older brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you a good student?
Wait,
I was a
did you
student.
go to Beverly?
I did all right. I
You
went
went to
to
Hollywood High?
Fairfax for a minute, and then I went to St. Paul's over here in Westwood.
You didn't go to Hollywood High?
No. I went to St. Paul's, which is a grade school.
Okay.
And then my brothers went to Notre Dame in the Valley, so I had to
yeah.
move over and went to Pinecrest. And then I went to a school in Burbank, high school.
You're the first person ever that I've met that grew up on Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, me too.
It's like when you meet somebody from like New Orleans. Oh, I grew up in a quarter. No one grows
Nobody,
up in a quarter.
right.
Yeah, but I know a girl that has. Like in New York, like
That's
I grew up. I grew up in the Village.
Yeah.
No, you grew up on freaking Sunset Boulevard. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And
I
you-
grew up in Coconut Grove.
Yeah.
And my parents used to take us for spring break. They used to take us to Palm Springs when it was like raging. Raging. They had like, I don't know if they had a clue or what, or maybe they were like, swingers at the time. We had no clue. But we
bet
would
they
stay at
smoked
the
hash.
Hilton, and there'd be chicks ripping their tops
How
off,
old were you?
fights breaking out. I was like 9 years old.
Nice.
And we went there like every spring break. It
Were
was
your
awesome.
parents partiers?
No. But, what do we know? It's like...
They went to chill, and that's when they went.
You think Gary's kids know about him right now? Do they listen to the podcast?
No.
They call in? Can we have them call in?
No, nobody.
And you tight family relationship? You
Oh,
guys
yeah,
are-
yeah.
Because I
We're
know
very
you
close.
roll with your brother
Yeah,
almost every
every
morning.
day. Every day.
Right on. But you have another brother.
Oldest.
And where's he?
He lives with my parents.
Oh, trouble.
That's a true California kid.
Right on.
That's a good mixture of actually European and...
Do you and your brother split a place? You guys live together?
No, we live in the same building. We have condos. I
You-
live on the first
you
floor.
have
He
a
lives on the
family.
second floor. Yeah, we both do.
Oh, he does too.
Are you
Yeah, he's
married?
got 2 little girls. I am.
Oh, I
You're
didn't know
married?
that.
I am, and I've got a 9-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old.
Okay, his stock just
son.
went up. I thought you were one of those players.
No,
I've got a
dude.
kid from a chick I met
Wait,
on
whoa,
Sunset.
whoa.
No way.
Who said I'm
He's
not
a full
player?
He's a full stage mom.
What is guys? I don't know what that.
How many
all
kids?
about.
You got
No,
one kid, right?
I got 2.
He's a stage mom.
Oh, you're a stage mom. You're
yeah.
taking auditions and all that?
I just took her. I took my daughter to an
How old is
audition.
she?
She had 2, 9.
Has she gotten a bit yet?
Yeah. She's been. We did a film together not too long ago, which I actually auditioned for like the second or the third lead, and I didn't get it because I looked exactly like the lead guy, and but the director really liked me, and he called me after the audition to just let me know that he liked what I did and everything, but they couldn't go with me, and I had read the script, and I was like, well, I noticed that there's a 9-year-old girl, the lead's daughter. And he's like, do you know anyone? I'm like, yeah, my daughter. So he's like, can you put her on tape? And I'm like, sure. So I put her on tape. They booked her. And then I was like, and then the director called me to thank me and everything. And we were talking. I'm like, so I know that she's got a little brother in the film too, right? And he's like, don't tell me you have a son. And I'm like, I have a son. He's like, can you put him on tape? And it was like 8 o'clock at night. Okay. And my son is like, you know how boys are.
How old is he?
He's 5.
So he was
He was
exhausted.
4 at the time. He was like, they don't listen when they're
Right.
tired, right? They're bouncing off the walls. It's really ready for bed. And he's like, just have him do the same audition that your daughter did, which was like 9 pages of dialogue. So I'm like, oh, sure, no problem.
Yeah, you always say
So
yes.
I just kind of cut it and made it work, and he booked it. So that we all 3 of us did a film together. Then they threw me like a pretty important pivotal role.
So you ended up getting a spot on it.
I ended up, yeah. I mean, they're like, would you
Because you
mind
had- you
doing this
casted-
one role? And I'm
That's
like, sure.
How fun. So how long did you guys do that together for?
They shot, they had like 10 or 12 days.
Wow.
That's cool.
You had to pull him out of school and all that stuff? Or was it summer?
Yeah.
Well, one of them's
you know
4,
what?
so it wasn't that critical. I'm sure.
Right. But,
You got to start these kids young.
no, for sure, you do have to start them young. I mean, when my daughter was 6 months old, we got her into like print jobs and stuff. Between 6 months to a year, she did like 22 jobs, 3 national commercials.
Damn, dude.
So like, her college fund's
Done?
pretty stacked.
That's
Okay,
fantastic,
something-
man. How much more do you hate this guy now?
Of course, wait.
No. I'm
But
reversing.
by the time
I'm
she's
reversing.
going to college, it'll be like, it's super expensive.
Yeah, like she's going to go.
Nothing,
It's going to be free
True.
Yeah.
by then because
Yeah.
Bernie will be in power for at least 8 years. and everything will be changed.
So
you know what she's gonna turn
free
into?
school system. I love it.
It'll be free.
Christy.
Yamaguchi,
No. Who's the girl from the werewolf movie?
Brinkley.
No,
Christy Brinkley.
You don't. I'm talking
It's a
serious.
good
here.
Christy. Brinkley was a good
Not
Christy.
Christy Bell.
Kristen Bell?
Not Kristen Bell,
She
but
sings?
Kristen.
Actor?
Who's the girl in the Wolf movies? Or the
Wolf.
Oh yeah, her. And
Oh.
this
is when you
no,
say,
the
yeah,
vampire
yeah, yeah.
movies.
The vampire. That's
the
what I meant.
vampire movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kristen Stewart.
Stewart. Yeah, I can't
Thank
believe
you.
it. Her dad is a really good friend of
I know
mine.
that's bad, Chunk.
John Stewart. I apologize. Not that John Stewart, but John Stewart, the stage manager. Anyway, so you're deep. You're totally Hollywood, in a good way, because you know something. You're not.
You're a working actor.
Yeah, you're a working actor, and you've got probably the most gorgeous kids. Is your wife a hottie? I'm saying yeah. I'm just going to. Do you have any?
I'll verify.
You have any nudies
Seen
on
her
your
on
phone?
Facebook.
Do you have any nudies?
Let me see if I have any naked pictures.
Yeah.
I do. Hang on.
I've seen those. I was looking for some new ones.
ChunkyB.tv.
Hey, let me tell you how I met Mr. Eves.
Yeah, break
you
it
want me
down.
to tell you that?
Here's
Break it down.
my daughter. I mean, my son when he was
and is
like
that your mom-
3,
your
and
mom?
my wife.
Oh my gosh!
Right. It's just proper DNA going on.
Is it okay to show or not?
No,
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah, sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
There we go.
Look how hot his wife is, people. Andy, am I close?
Oh, yeah, you can get closer.
Wait.
Andy,
How
it's
close
still
do we
rubbing
need to
out, dude.
He's like,
Kids in the picture.
like he's drinking out of a bottle, guys. Come on now.
Is your
for
wife in the
everybody.
business?
Screen
On and off.
Does she does she like help manage your stuff or anything? Is she in the books?
She she really takes care of the kids.
Yeah.
and
Good
for her.
their career.
And she's running them to auditions and knick-knack, paddywhacks and all that.
Yeah.
Damn.
So,
Do you walk
But
to the
you and
business
your
when
brother run an auto parts store, right?
my family owns an auto parts warehouse in Glendale, Burbank area, and we do that every day.
Every day you go over there after you surf?
Every day after we surf, we go there, and then if I have auditions or if I'm working on a film or TV show or something, then I obviously take the time.
Okay, so you guys run the auto parts, so you don't have to answer to anybody when you have an audition.
No.
How awesome is that?
Right? You
just-
just go.
That's the biggest pain in the
step
ass
out.
with,
Yeah.
with actors these days. That are, well, first of all, you don't need that job, auto parts. It's a family
It's
thing,
a family thing.
right? So you're just doing it because you're a good family guy,
Yeah.
right? But that's not going to crush you if you got fired,
No.
right? Could you imagine if your brother
it would
fired
probably
you?
help my acting career along is what it would do. Because
Yeah.
like right now, I'll have an audition like at like 10, like tomorrow. I'm auditioning for one of the lead roles in a pilot TV show for NBC, and I'll probably surf, go to work for like an hour, and then jet out to Burbank for this audition,
Which is right down the street from
which is
Glendale.
right down the street. Which it's actually geographically desirable.
By the way, him and his
have a job
brother,
in Glendale.
just
Yeah.
for the audience at home,
Yeah.
they rip, dude. Like,
Well,
unbelievable.
I've saw some videos. I've seen some
They
videos.
charge giant surf, and
Yeah.
they're a huge inspiration to my kid out there. Both
Right.
of them.
His
Yeah.
kids
Right.
are awesome.
I saw you take a tube the other day.
Yeah, I showed him their barrel from the hammer.
yeah.
Dude, it looked like you set like a couch up in there. You were in there for so long. I was like, "Where are you? Where are you?"
That was an exceptional barrel for.
It was the best barrel I've seen
And it was
all winter.
It was down
It was
south, right?
in this area.
It was right here, like
El Porto?
literally.
Yeah, we don't say
Wait,
that.
we don't say.
Yeah, we don't say
It
that.
was like just
Oh God, yeah.
know.
Oh God.
weird
Really?
spot in Santa Monica that never breaks.
Such a rookie, dude. Man, why don't
Oh
you
my
wax
God.
up your wave storm and get out there?
Team Costco.
Do you have to wax up wave storms?
I don't know.
Do they come?
That's chunky.
Do they come pre-waxed on the bottom?
See, no. That's the nickname for my.
Oh,
storm.
that wave
Yeah,
storm.
that's
know
the
what I'm
name
saying?
you danced under, right?
That's right. Wait, here comes Wavestorm.
He opened
For
for
small
Up
waves.
with People once.
So, you know something? When you first walked in here, and I'm like, okay, all right, Hollywood douchebag.
No, you didn't
I know,
say
I'm just
that.
trying to-
When I
know.
walked in,
You
or
did
before I
not
walked
say
in?
that.
I just
didn't-
want to make
know.
sure.
You didn't even think it.
It's for the podcast, dude.
Nah,
It's for
it's
the
not.
podcast.
It's not right.
Is it because I was born in Lebanon?
No. I just like the fact. I like the fact that you're a level-headed individual, and there's so many jerks out there that think their poop don't stink. You're a father. You're the first, probably a damn good husband, and a good family man because you're taking care of that stuff up in Glendale. And I know deep down you want nothing to do with auto parts,
No.
but what you're doing is
Not a
you're
big
making
fan.
your mom and dad proud.
Yeah. Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm doing it for them, so
Right.
I hope so.
So you're a damn good guy. And you know
Thanks.
something? I rarely ever say this, but I think I'm going to watch you surf, and I want to be a friend.
He's a
Oh.
California hunk, man.
Yeah.
He's got it all.
No, no,
There's nothing wrong.
Have you know something?
Nothing ever goes wrong in his life, ever.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on,
There-
seriously.
there's
How can it
people like
possibly
that.
happen?
I don't poop.
Okay, wait a second.
Just, you
Okay,
know,
wait a second.
everything's clean.
What has gone wrong? Name something in 5 years that you were like freaked out about.
I don't. I try to avoid freaking out at all.
What
You
about the
know,
one show that got away?
I just recently had that happen actually, where I auditioned for one of the lead roles in a TV show, which would have really set me up in my career, because that's basically like my next step. And I auditioned for it. I got the call back. I went in for producers, and then we tested, and it was between me and another guy.
Was he a name?
He was more of a name than I am.
Okay.
And he was like famous for doing an El Pollo Loco commercials. Like he was like
I know that guy.
he was the guy. There you go. So
Yeah.
everybody really knows who he is, you know. And they, you know, they're that after as soon as I left the room, you know, they called my agent. They're like, he's definitely, you know, our top choice. And that went on for like 5 days. We're gonna know by tonight. We're gonna know by tomorrow morning.
That's
We're gonna know by
brutal.
tonight.
Now,
And,
you
like,
pins and needles? Pins and needles? Or
It's a game changer for you.
it's a game. It was like I try to like keep a level head. You know, it is what it is. If like it doesn't work out, it doesn't work
But
out.
it only
It's
would
for
have
a
been
reason.
would it only have been a pilot shoot, or would
No,
they have been?
no.
Oh, that was for series.
It was already a series.
Oh, it was.
It was like second or third season, and they were changing like the lead guy.
Ah.
So I didn't, and I did not get it.
Right.
You know, so that was like the
Is the show still on the air?
yeah, I think so. I think it's like on the Sci-Fi Channel.
we
Do you
wanna
ever
know-
see something on television that you know you were up for? You
What show is it,
like that,
Andy?
and you just change the channel because you don't want
what it is.
Take a
anything?
guess, man.
You know, I never watch TV,
8 is enough.
but it's crazy. Every time I'm like flipping through the channels, I end up seeing the spot I did not get.
Oh,
Yeah.
that figure.
That's
But
brutal.
it's fine. I like
It's part
especially
of business, dude.
That's how Chucky
commercials-
walks through life. He's looking around like, God damn.
commercials are crazy.
Really? I'm trying to act cool in front of the good guys. You know something? Sometimes,
man.
you know something is how do you soar like an eagle when you're hanging out with all these turkeys? Oh, that's deep.
That's
Oh,
not
how many
good.
great
Let's
people
edit
we
that
have
out,
at the pier.
Andy. Let's edit that out.
We had it.
Delete.
We can have like an hour conversation about the guys at the pier.
Yeah, I'm not doing
They're
that.
awesome.
Because he wants to live tomorrow.
Yeah, I walk a fine line as it is, man.
Yeah, I love those guys.
No, I didn't say I don't love them.
No, you said that you
I'm
didn't
just
love
not
it. That's a
talking
good
about
point.
anybody. I am not talking about anybody down there.
My motto is all good things. So that's all I ever say.
Yeah, all good things. I know. I read that
That's
about
good.
you. Here's what I like about you. Hold that thought for a sec. You're not a fly-by-night guy. You just didn't come in this business saying, "Oh, here I am." You studied.
Yeah.
Talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
I studied for years. So I was surfing. All right. Well, how far back do you want me to go? Because I really wanted to act when I was like
When did
12,
when did
13
you
years old.
decide? Okay, I hate school. I'm going to be an actor.
I never had the option to hate school. My parents were like, "You're going to school,"
Yeah.
and that was that. You're going to swim, and that was that. And so it was like everything they said I had to do, and I never questioned it. And I never like backtalked.
But they
I
steered you
cried a little
right.
bit. I was like, I don't want to go.
They steered you right
They did.
for the most
I think
part.
they did a good job. And so when I was like 12, 13 years old, I studied, which meant like taking a commercial workshop, you know. And then I went and saw an agent, and she turned me down, and I was like, fuck this, I'm over it. I don't want to. Can I say that word?
Yeah,
can say
sure.
that. Sure.
Yeah. So I'm over it. I didn't want to do it. And but surfing was like so much fun for me. But I was like a late bloomer, so I started when I was on the eve of turning 9. Is when I started surfing, and then I would go on weekends and stuff. And then when I was like 15, 16 years old is when, you know, I got the car, my friends got cars, and we started driving and surfing every day. And that's when my surfing like just took off. And,
Now, were you partying at all? Were you a little beach stoner at all?
No.
Stayed away from
never,
that?
Never did
Awesome.
drugs. Drank a little bit here or there, like, you know, like every kid. But yeah, but it just was totally into surfing. And then I was like 19, I think, and I was at a gas station in Hollywood, and this guy comes up to me, and he's like, "Hey, where are you from?" And this, that, and the other. And I was like, "Oh, this guy's gay. He's gonna totally like, he's hitting on me." And so I started kind of brushing him off because I was like, you know, 19 and homophobic and everything. And he's like, "No, you're getting the wrong impression. I'm an agent." And I think you have a great look. You could make a lot of money.
And
I'm
then
like,
you went
okay.
That's such a good line, by the way.
I mean,
That's like the best line you can use.
Oh,
but no,
yeah.
you know what he does? He whips out his headshot. Oh, just happened to have one right here.
Didn't even have a headshot. He actually he paid for my photography.
Really?
The photographer and the headshot reproductions and everything. He's like a well-known agent now.
That's cool.
And but I was like, that was right when I turned pro. And
As a surfer.
started traveling as a surfer. Actually, as a stripper.
What does that mean to turn pro as a surfer at your?
You making money?
It means your
signed a
sponsors.
contract?
Yeah, well, your
Okay.
sponsors are going to, send you
Pay for your
places.
travel.
They're gonna pay for your travel.
Now, were you doing the
give you some
QS?
checks. I was doing the QSs.
All right, come on. We don't know what QS is. Break it down for
The
the
World Qualifying Series.
Okay.
Yeah.
To get on the CT, the championship tour, which is now
there's
the
literally thousands of
World Surfing
surfers who
League
try to qualify
from
every
around the
year,
world.
Right.
but the top 8 get to do it.
Right,
Yeah.
and you traveled around the world, and you were in that world competition, and you
So
and
so I put acting on the back burner,
okay,
and because I literally got an audition, but I was like off to, wherever, Japan the next week. So I blew it off, and then I met my wife when I was like 24, 25, and she was an actor. And I was like talking to her. I'm like, I really love acting, and I'd love to get back into it and everything. She's like, you should contact your agent, And I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea. He loved me. He'll remember me for sure. So I call him up, and he's like, and I'm like, hey, this is Yves. I'm back in town, and I want to do the acting thing and stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, great. Come in on Thursday. I'm like, Thursday, super. What time? He's like, well, we have open call between like 4 and 6. And I was like,
jeez.
open call. Right. Okay. So I'm like, good talking to you. And I was like, I'm not going on a freaking open call.
That's like
He doesn't remember me,
right. So what happened?
So I blew it off. And that night I went out to like this hot spot restaurant, and I'm hanging out with my girlfriend, now wife. And lo and behold, he walks in.
No way.
Oh, no way.
And I'm like, oh my God, what are the chances? What are the chances? This is like the day I was supposed to go in for this open call, and I blew it off.
Son of a bitch.
So, but I'm like, I'm not going to talk to him. You know what? Whatever.
Yes, you
He
are.
honestly-
You
no.
probably won't recognize me
I
anyway,
didn't.
right?
He comes up to me.
Oh, he does.
And he gives me the same exact spiel that he did
Oh,
when I
no
was
way.
like 19. And I just played it off. Like, I was like, I didn't say that I already knew him or
That's
anything.
hilarious.
And, but I was like, this is how I know that I'm meant to go into this acting world.
But at
Oh,
least the
that's
dude's consistent with the look he
yeah,
likes.
he's
Well,
got
yeah.
a type
Yeah.
for sure.
So, and so I did end up signing with him, and I just started studying. Studying a lot, specifically with one.
Do you remember the
teacher.
first sort of big gig that you booked?
Yeah.
Remember that Hollywood
Well,
moment?
it was the first audition I ever went on. I booked it, and a lot of people do. No.
I'm gonna throw the
no, it's beginner's luck. He had
No,
beginner's
it's
luck.
a total beginner's
It
luck.
happens
A
to
lot
them.
of people book their first jobs because they don't know better.
Right.
They're
They're not scared or nothing.
It was a commercial for Becker Surf Shop.
Oh, no
Oh my
kidding.
God.
Yeah. And they had
That's
me
cool.
do a monologue from like
That's cool.
my cousin Vinny or something. So I had to do like a full New York accent,
You
which
Utes.
I
The Utes.
couldn't do anyways, but I did it. Like I just kind
That's
of committed
cool.
to it, And I ended up getting it, and yeah. So, what was the question again?
What, dude? I'm just blown. I don't even remember what the
I don't
question was.
remember it either.
I just can't. Oh man, you're at the restaurant. You blow off the thing. Bada boom, bada bing,
Yeah.
and then.
Yeah.
Dude, you had no choice but to get in this business. It wasn't your decision. Someone up, there's somebody up there, whatever you want to believe in, saying, "Here's what you're going to do, whether you like it or not."
So
I
did
felt
you
that
ever
way.
go to university?
No.
Never went.
No, because I tried to go, but I was traveling so much.
Yeah, you went to
competing and
University of
everything.
Life,
I did.
man. You were
Yeah, yeah.
traveling the world.
I did.
And then you got that bronze medal. What did I read about a bronze medal? Did you take?
That was awesome. So probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I think it was like a year ago, actually, maybe. I got a call from Ryan Simmons, who's big.
Oh, that's funny.
He's a big pro surfer.
That's how you know Ryan Simmons.
That's how I know Ryan Simmons. Well, I used to compete against him.
Ryan
too.
Simmons is the coach of the U.S. surf team,
Yeah, and he
and he calls
rips,
the events.
and he used to be amazing.
Remember I showed
yes,
you?
Yes,
That's
yes, yes,
him.
yeah. I
That's
know
who
of
he's
that
talking
guy.
about.
Yeah, yeah.
So and he gives me a call like just out of the blue, and he's like, "Hey, so we're the U.S. team is going to Ecuador to compete, and we'd like you to come with us." And I
Wow.
was like, he could have picked anybody
Right.
in California. I mean, at this point, there's so many.
He must have read Cosmopolitans.
So many guys.
You know what I mean? He must-
So many
Cosmo,
guys.
bro. But that was an honor.
It
Of
was
course.
such an honor.
Was that before that they had like the Surfing America Prime series? They just sort of formed a team. Like how did they?
No,
how
I
did
think
they
that
work
was
out?
like part of it. It's like,
maybe
there's
someone
both.
dropped out. Like who knows, right?
yeah.
You got the call.
Who knows?
It doesn't
That's-
matter.
that's
Don't
so cool.
don't be
No, I
little with
wanna
the drop
know.
out. He could have been
No,
first
honestly, there's a number of reasons why.
Beck doesn't know why he's surfing in it either.
There's a
So-
number of reasons why I got. Is he surfing in it?
Oh yeah, this whole year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to go to Ecuador and compete, and we did the parade. It was like a full Olympic style event.
That's
they
the
recognize
ISA.
it.
That's the
yeah,
ISA
it's
World
ISA.
Games. Yeah,
Okay,
that's so cool.
I
And
don't
it's
want to.
recognized by the Olympic Committee.
I don't want to stop the conversation, but I want to, when you say Beck, let's just make sure that everybody knows because I'm so proud of. I feel like he's
Thanks,
my
Chuck.
nephew. That's how close I am with Beck. Beck, who is Adler's son, is on this crazy top of the line surfing tour, right,
Yeah.
or competition.
Yeah.
Shit, that's. I just wanted all our watchers
Well,
and listeners.
and I'll put things in perspective
Yes.
though. Like, it's the top 22 kids in California in his age group. He's sitting 14th. That's where he's at. He needs to move up if he wants to requalify. It's just
This
that
kid has
simple.
got a heart. He competes. He's
Yeah.
a competitor. He could see it every day that he surfs.
Yeah.
He's got drive. He's got desire.
He did
He's
that on
got
the
stuff
mountain
you
last
can't
week.
teach.
I had him up in Mammoth. I took him up to Mammoth.
Yeah.
My son Jack and Beck are tight.
Yeah.
And he's the same thing on a board, on a snowboard.
Oh yeah. He's real. He's.
I just
good.
wanted to let everybody
I don't know what
that-
the reality of him ever turning pro is, but
You really don't know because, well, here's the deal. I didn't start even
he's so
competing.
small. Were you that small? 'Cause
I
he's
was
really
small. I was small, and but then you go through your growth spurts, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm 6'5" now.
Yo, in heels.
Yeah, I'll take 6'5" in heels. No,
You're 5'10". You're 5'10".
you can't tell.
You're like
guys, we're
Tom
on
Cruise
it.
height.
We're on. No, I'm 5'10". Tom Cruise is like 5'7".
Okay,
Yeah.
not that
I'm pretty sure he's got like.
not that I'm
wedges.
stalking, but check this out. I won't even look. I'm thinking like 1972, July 7th-ish.
When I'm not lying, yeah.
That's right.
When I'm not saying 1982.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
No, yeah.
You look great. You must moisturize.
Astaglow.
That's the glow.
Like, oh,
I'm astaglowing right now.
hey.
Why are you rubbing your butt?
It's all about the product, my friend.
When did,
Do you want to take a little? Want to tease something?
Yeah, I'm going to. Let's tease something with Eve right here.
Yeah, I'll tease something. Okay, let me get it started.
Yeah.
I had to do an interview with my son today about how my adolescence and going through puberty. Do you now you went through puberty when you were 6?
Yeah.
I know that.
I
So
was
it
ahead of schedule.
When I was 15. That's when I started.
Okay.
Wait,
You know.
this is an interesting conversation because you have 2 sons.
Yes,
And
both
one
very
of them's
different.
already, he's what, 16?
He's 16, driving.
He's 16, so
Yes.
this conversation's
He's very
already
much a man.
happened with him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would just assume that like the younger brother already just kind of gets it from.
Right, except one of his homework assignments was to interview me and ask me about my adolescence.
They
Okay.
forced it on
Yeah,
you.
So
man.
we're going to hear your story. We're going to hear your story about how you hit adolescence and the first time you masturbated and when you lost your virginity. This is the 1 degree of Chunky
What?
B.
All of that?
It's called the Super Tease. We'll be right back. This is
the
1 degree of
round
Chunky B. I am Chunky B. ChunkyB.tv. Mr. Bright is in the garage of love.
The manimal.
And the manimal, Andy Davey. Hey, you guys, Chunky B. 1 degree of Chunky B in the garage of love. And you know if you want to get your quack on, you go to Venice Duck. And I'm not even kidding. This is a good beer. Tell your friends. Don't be afraid to get your quack on. Dude, this is actually a really good beer.
It's fucking great beer.
You're so lucky.
Oh shit, I'm still recording.
Hey, you guys, music provided by Play Up Music. That's playupmusic.com.
Hi, I'm Yves Bright. I'm an actor, professional surfer, and you're tuned in to 1 degree of Chunky.
Black is the night that holds you down. Black is the night that holds you down.
Yves Bright in the house in the garage of love. We are back. This man is. As I'm.
Let's go through the call letters real quick.
Okay. Hey, you guys, check this out. 1 Degree of Chunky B in the Garage of Love. Please tell your friends, tell your family, tell a stranger. ChunkyB.tv. We are once again growing in numbers. We just had the most banner year possible. Awards. I don't want to
Tons of awards that we gave ourselves.
Really?
Yeah. No, this is an award-winning podcast.
Absolutely.
That's your
we
own,
have our
brother.
own board game.
Is that where all those trophies? What they're
They're
all
right
for?
back
Look behind us. We've got our own board game, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the kind of fans we have.
You guys are not messing around.
No.
You
We've
might
got
get an
like
award.
serious.
You might get an award.
We've got like the most dedicated group of fans. We don't even call them fans. We call them super friends.
How many? You guys know how many fans you guys have?
Yes, we have 20,000 loyal viewers a month.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you can't buy that, by the way. That's not like
can't.
Twitter.
No, we did.
Oh, you did. You bought them.
Yeah, we paid for those.
Oh, that's good.
Well, we paid for about 19,500,
No, but I'll tell you
19,500.
what, we can mention Don DeBear because he's the most loyal guy.
Yeah.
In
Karen McCoy.
Karen McCoy with the. Hey, you want to talk about March 5th?
Quickly, yes.
March 5th, you guys. If you want to see some good comedy,
Cinco de March.
yeah,
Yeah. Cinco de March.
yeah, we're gonna
Speak
be.
Spanish, too.
No
If you want to see good comedy,
Cinco de March. Every week.
you know something, he's coming back every week.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying not to like this guy,
hang
but
out.
you are so likable.
Oh,
anyway, March
stop.
5th. I don't even. Should we? Let's just talk about that
Quickly. Scarlet
Okay,
Lady.
Scarlet
Culver
Lady, March
City.
5th. We're gonna have some of the best comedians, and you're welcome
Wow.
to. Do you do stand up at all? I'm surprised you don't.
You know what? I was never dared. Is what the problem is. Had
We're
I
not
been
gonna
dared,
get.
I would totally do it.
No.
Yeah,
These
no.
guys will beat you up if you fuck up.
That's the
All right,
truth,
we
man.
are back in the Garage of Love. Yves Bright. Is that your last? Is that your your whole family's Bright?
Real last name. Real
That's
first
a
name,
great,
real last name.
That is a great last.
Like stage name.
Yeah.
That's what everyone thinks is a stage name.
When I was talking to Adler earlier, I'm like, well, his brothers. What's his brother's last name? And he was like, they're brothers. I'm like, he's an actor.
Yeah.
You know, he could be Bright.
Well, yeah, but I never knew him as anything else, or his brother.
Yeah. Were you ever kid? Was anyone busting your chops about that growing up?
I was a kid once, and yeah, they did.
Yeah.
No, they did. I you know what? My parents would pick me up from school, and as soon as I was done, I'd call them on a payphone. Remember those things?
Payphones, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't born yet, but Chunky remembers.
Shut up.
So, anyways, I would call collect. I'd call the operator. I'd call collect, and they would know when my collect
that
call
old
came
trick,
through.
yeah.
Right? They knew it was time
They'd
to
say
pick me
no.
up.
They'd say no.
They'd say no,
Yeah.
right?
That makes sense.
But I would say they'd be like, "Okay, collect call from who?" And I'd be like, "Eve," and they're like, "Okay, right," and they'd hang up. Because Eve, like
Right.
it's a girl's name, so but it's spelled Yves.
Yeah.
Just spell that out. and put
It's
it
actually
on
his middle name. His
camera.
first name is Summers.
Eve.
Oh man,
It's a tough name.
Yeah.
It's a tough name.
You got to be a tough guy with that.
But that was the first beeper, that little trick, the little collect call trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
you know
remember
what?
doing that.
I had 2 older brothers, so
Yeah.
nobody messed with me.
Oh, that's right. You were under the protective program.
Oh, but by the time I got into every grade, I had a reputation.
Yeah.
I was like a black belt.
That's what people thought. Or
Before I,
really?
even, before I even took karate, I was like,
that's
that was a
right.
black belt. I was
Right.
badass. I was like kicking
yeah.
like 4 people's asses.
Well, speaking
One
of,
time.
what we teased was like,
yeah.
you know, the awkward years, and I don't even know why. Oh, that's right, because we were.
Yeah, I had to do an interview with my kid.
Yeah, and how did that go? Bust that down.
Oh yeah.
Well, the questions were like, you know,
Hey, what grade is he in?
he's in 7th grade.
7th grade.
Right. And I would say most of his friends are already there. They probably got a little hair down there and
Yeah.
things are changing.
13.
But my son is he's behind like I was. I didn't really hit that till I was 15, you know.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, it took a little while for me. So he's kind of in the same boat as me, and he doesn't really think about it or care about it or.
That's why he's
But
so
they're
into
teaching
surfing.
it because he's in 7th grade. So
Sure.
they're teaching it. And
It's time to learn.
I had to answer some embarrassing questions, and I remember, you know, one of the questions was how was it talked about in your family? And it wasn't. It was just they gave you that little yellow book. I don't know if you remember that little yellow book with a little anatomy in it. Here's a penis. Here's a vagina.
Yeah.
You had to read through it. Then my mom came, and it was a really embarrassing conversation. And that's how I sort of. And then your friends just tell you shit that you don't believe. And then the junior high wrestling coach came in and taught sex ed.
Sounds like the Wonder Years.
It was,
Exactly.
dude, I'm telling you, it was so embarrassing. But secretly, we were all really listening to what he was saying because we knew our friends were full of shit, and that's not where you get information from.
Right.
You
Right.
remember all that?
Oh my God, yeah, I remember pretty much everything.
I remember being in 7th grade with the hairiest freaking legs.
Oh, dude, I can imagine.
Yeah.
You had a beard, probably.
No, my first beard was the beginning of my 10th grade.
Come on.
No, I had a full.
You were that kid?
Wow.
Yeah. I was just,
You look
fucking
like you
with, I
got
was just fucking
held
with people.
back a couple
Look
years.
what I can grow. But yeah, truly.
Like, sorry, mister. Oh, you're a student.
When I was in 7th grade, we were lining up at the end of gym to walk out of the gym and go into the lockers and get back. And this girl, Susan Schmidt, she was a year older than me, and she looked at her and she goes, "God, you got the sexiest legs." I'm like,
What?
she was ahead of her time too.
Yeah,
and
sounds
that,
like it.
that and right then I was
We're
like,
really behind.
She was like, climb that rope.
yeah. And she only lived down the block too. She lived,
Is this when you had to take a shower?
Was that your
PE?
first sexual experience?
No.
I mean, her comment.
I was like way behind on that thing.
Do you remember you took a shower in PE?
Yeah.
I don't think they do that anymore.
You know something?
I never showered.
No,
in
no,
PE.
no.
Really?
We didn't shower. in
Oh
PE.
my
I
God.
never showered. I never changed. in
Wrestling.
PE.
I wrestled for 6 years, and we all.
Oh no,
had to take a
that's
shower,
not PE.
you know?
That's not PE. That's your sport.
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
after school
yeah.
sport.
Yeah, and that's so weird because like when I pick up my kid in football and in lacrosse, those guys come out of the locker room sweaty.
Yeah, they
I'm
don't-
like, how do you not take a shower? Wasn't that part of the thing?
I don't think they do that anymore.
No way.
I don't
They
think so
must.
either.
There's showers in schools.
There's
right?
probably showers, but no one takes them.
like football teams. They don't shower.
his kids on the
Basketball
team?
teams?
My kid does not take a shower.
I think the
after
swim
game.
team
Or
showers.
maybe the swim team. Yeah, because they got speedos on, and it's,
Right.
Chlorinated water.
Oh yeah.
I used to be on a swim team. I mean, there was showers.
Yeah. What about you? What was your awkward moment? Or you probably didn't have any.
No,
Did you wear braces?
no.
No.
I was actually no. Wait. Strangest thing actually is I was
Acne?
told
No.
I was supposed to wear braces, and my mom said no. His teeth are fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
And they
probably
straightened.
smart.
They
Yeah.
straightened. So.
Can you show that photo of you, or is that we're gonna say?
Yeah,
that
I'll
for
show
now?
that. Fuck
Okay.
yeah, I'll show
I
it.
want to see.
Eve, have you seen this?
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Prepare
because
to chuckle.
accompanying the interview, my wife says, "Well, let's put a picture of you when you were Beck's age."
Oh, this has got to be interesting.
Oh,
yeah, it's a
dude,
great one.
You have
That's
no
a
idea.
great
You
one.
guys look like twins.
I'm gonna show you first.
That's not Beck's age.
Yeah, well, that's probably a
This
year
looks
older.
like West's age.
Nah, it's 14 probably.
Yeah. Put that up to the camera.
Let me see.
Wait, hold
You
on.
guys
I'm
were-
still.
I was digesting that.
Look at that
Come
hairdo,
on.
man.
We
That
can't
is
use two.
hilarious.
Can we see that, Andy?
That is.
Look at that.
That's me in my awkward stage, people.
Man, that's a lot of
Can I
West.
see that
I
again?
see a lot
Still
of
in
West.
my
That is a
awkward
lot
stage.
of West.
Really?
That is a lot of West.
Come on, no
Yeah, it is.
way.
Yes, it is.
West,
Yes, it is.
did you show this to West?
I have not.
You should tell him this
Does
is
that
what
look
he's
like
going to
him?
look like with
No,
that quad.
dude.
I think he's past this day.
He's past that. He's got the coolest hairdo.
That's a beautifully coiffed Florida mullet right there, my friends.
Was that blow dried?
I don't know if that was.
I bet it was.
It was
'cause
a
look
comb.
at look at the
Remember
thing.
we used to
Was
use
that
the
blow dried?
combs? I think it was comb.
Yeah, I think it was blow dry. Yeah. We're all blow drying our hair.
Isn't it weird, man, when you start liking girls and stuff?
And what about boners
everything
just
just
popping
switches.
up? What about popping up at like math class and you have to go up to the
I
board?
didn't like math that much.
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean, did you,
What happened? Wait, what happened with Beck in the conversation?
Oh, yeah, the
was it
interview.
weird? Was it awkward? Were there moments like where like
No.
you're like, honey, can you come over here and help here?
this is I can't handle this.
Because you
No,
know.
you know what? Truth be told, I just filled it out. Send it back to him.
Wow. That's
I work,
Yeah.
I'm not home right now.
Yeah. So your daughter's 9, right?
yeah.
And you probably got the protective program on her, right? You're going to.
She right now she hates boys. I mean, she doesn't like. She loves everyone, but she doesn't like boys like that.
Yeah,
And
of
she's
course
got
not. She's
some.
9.
She's got classmates though, the girls that are like into boys already.
Yeah.
But she's like, when TV's on and there's like a couple kissing, she's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's right. But when
so
two girls are
gross.
kissing, you're like, honey, that's
I'm like,
right.
honey,
the
Lebanese.
right way. That's the right way.
I don't. No. I'm like thinking that, but I'm like, honey, stop. I just, you know what? Leave the room.
But you know what's crazy?
Let me watch this for a minute.
Not only are you challenged because you're going to be raising, I mean, you do raise your daughter. She's 9 and she's going, going to be, going on with her life. But you're also raising her in one of the most challenging areas of the country.
Yeah.
Venice Beach is a unique spot, and I think more of a challenge to raise kids because of surfers like you. But you were a pretty straight up guy. I don't want to look at you getting frustrated me talking about it.
No.
But you know what's coming down the pike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's going
It
to
happens so fast too, man.
Yeah.
So my plan is to like actually make a ton of money acting, buy an island, and then send her.
That's a fucking solid plan.
That's a solid plan.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
I have a backup
everybody
plan.
does that.
But I have a backup plan.
Which is?
I've got a son who's 5 years old. He's kind of like an animal, and I'm just gonna tattoo his face, put like teardrops and
Not a
stuff
bad
like that,
idea.
and let him just go and
Hang out with your daughter?
You hang out with her all the
It's not a
time.
bad idea.
No, I think it's solid, right?
He's completely tatted by 7. That's
Yeah.
great. I'm sure your wife will love that.
Hey, she'll love it when because she knows she was a girl, she's
We
a
all,
woman.
can't
she
wait
knows
for
what's
that
going
day.
on over there.
I know Beck's gonna come home with a prayer hands tattoo on his neck one day.
Oh yeah.
I'll just be like,
Yeah,
really?
for
What the
sure.
fuck is that, man?
What does that represent?
How
don't
is
know.
that growing up in Venice? Like everyone's tatted up. The kid, West
You
is
know,
probably gonna
there's
get a
certain
tattoo,
things. Westy, everything falls off of Westy's. Nothing bothers that kid, okay, except for schoolwork. But Beck, on the other hand, he is sensitive to everything. He runs from the truck to the water because he doesn't want to be attacked by Venice zombies at 6 a.m. You know what I mean? And they're everywhere. So he freaks out about
Meaning
that kind of
Venice
shit.
zombies, meaning the homeless people that start to stir when the sun starts coming
Yeah,
up.
it's more sort of transients, than homeless people. They're just kind of there for a day or two, and they're kind of scary people sometimes.
Don't you just love that innocence, though?
Yeah,
Like,
but that
you
shit
know-
goes away quick in Venice. That's the thing. That's
grow
the
up
problem.
quick.
Yeah.
Or you get eaten by
Yeah.
the zombies.
I mean,
It's hard. It's hard to like actually step aside and go, "Hey, I'm in Venice," and you know what I mean, and like not say things like out in the water. We're all talking shit.
Yeah.
And they're kids. They're like 12 or 13
Yeah,
years
yeah.
old. Like Zephyr's like 13,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
And we're saying stuff and we're not realizing because these kids, they rip, and automatically because they rip, you start thinking they're older. You just kind of like feel that
yeah.
way.
More
But they
experienced.
are at the same time.
They are.
They've been exposed to a lot of shit.
They
My
have.
kids have seen a lot of shit.
Yeah,
Just
they saw
surfing there
fights.
every day.
They
Yeah.
saw the
everything.
big, there's a lot of stuff that's going down there, and it's tough. It's really tough to raise a kid. I think it's more of a challenge to raise a kid in Venice than it would be in wherever, Cincinnati, Ohio. There's so many more elements because you do not put your kids.
It's different than raising them in Santa Monica
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
Manhattan Beach.
Or just in a different sport altogether.
Right.
But you know what? The thing about the surfing is when they're off land and in the water just surfing for hours at a time, that's all they're doing. They're fine,
Yeah.
Right.
which is a great thing.
Kept me out of trouble.
And I will say this for the guys at the pier, the older locals, they do look out for the Groms, and I so appreciate
100%.
that. Like they're protected.
Sure.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Once you get into that tight circle,
Yeah,
it's a privilege to be in it.
kinda is.
It's a surfing family.
Yeah.
And if an outsider tries to get in there,
Yes.
you're like, that guy got to be really good and very respectful.
I even saw one of the older guys who had been, I don't know where he was, but he like disappeared for a little while and he came back and he got into it with one of the kids who was now like 17 and a lot bigger and not recognized by this guy. They started going at it and, basically talking shit to each other. And the kid was like, do you even know who I am? Like, and I'm so-and-so's son and blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, oh, I had no idea. And then Billy went out and he was like, you never talk shit to the kids. Yeah. These are our kids.
yeah.
Next generation representing.
Yeah. So he stepped up to one of his peers and was like, don't you ever do that again.
Yeah.
Is Mike still down there from Ocean Charter?
Mike.
Is that his name?
Mike who?
He used to work as the gym teacher that surfs.
I don't know, dude. Oh yeah, Coach. He's
Coach,
down there.
Yeah.
I see him down there every now and then.
I ran
he's a
into
good
at
guy.
Baby Blues the other night.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. It looked good, and I was with Jack and Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times.
Good times. Good times.
What's Tell us about this thing you just this movie with Roberts.
Oh yeah. It's a movie I did a couple years back. It's like finally coming out. It's a sci-fi thriller about this couple who have this demon baby, and the baby's got to like kill, I think like 7 people before he could turn into the devil.
And you with Eric Roberts is in it?
Family film.
He plays a priest. Eric Roberts plays a priest, and my wife and I are the leads. And
your wife and I?
I'm sorry. I always, when I speak about my character, it's always me.
Okay.
I know a lot of actors, they say like he, or she, but I always feel like it's me playing this character. So, the woman's character, she discovers, the wife, she's like, I think there's something wrong with our baby, and I'm like, no, you're just tired, you're crazy, all this stuff.
We live in Venice.
Right, there's like nothing going on.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, just ignore it.
You're British, but it's she's British actress.
Hello.
A little too close to home.
That's so weird.
Have you met Emma?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
all
I
good.
love the Brits.
Good one.
Yeah, I do.
So,
I do
why did it take so long to get the film finished? Do you know?
It's a smaller film. They overextended themselves shooting it. They ran out of money. Actually, it was like Indian money, like Bollywood stuff. And I think they were doing some like crazy edits and stuff because it's got some sci-fi stuff. So a lot of
Some effects
CGI.
and-
Have you seen it?
No.
When are you gonna see it?
On the premiere.
It's crazy. I've done so many jobs, so many films, which I've never seen.
Really?
Yeah. I spent
Chunky, have you? How many have you done that you haven't seen?
in this garage.
I've seen most of mine.
I've seen all your promos.
See what I'm dealing with? See what I'm dealing with here, Eve?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. If you weren't doing that, if you weren't surfing and you weren't in making
Not
movies,
surfing, not acting?
you'd be doing auto parts.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like...
Does that make you sad?
I don't know. I think I honestly, I get bored so quick. Even surfing, acting, family life, parts, I just get bored really quick. I got into photography, so I do a lot of photography. But I get bored. I want to do crazy stuff.
Do you pick up new hobbies?
Yeah.
Are you a thrill seeker? Will you like mountain climb or anything like that, or bike?
I will do pretty much anything if someone asks me if I.
Do you ever want to bug out of here?
Get the hell out of town.
Like
Pick up and move to Hawaii or anything like that?
with the family?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Because my family's got a business here.
Right.
I would and the acting.
But wait a minute. Hold on a
acting
second.
world's here.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
Do you have to go to the auto parts store? You know what I mean?
I think it's respect to the mom and
do.
I
dad.
know, for how long though? Like,
Well,
he hits and
until I could make enough money where I can go. You guys don't need to do this anymore.
they'll
Here.
understand.
Here you go. Here's a ton of money.
Oh, okay. It's like that.
You know what I mean? I can take care of them, and that's that.
I see.
Is it successful?
You're a good guy.
I mean, is it?
It's it pays bills.
Yeah.
For sure.
Does your dad show up?
He does. He does real estate, so he works out of the office doing real estate.
Have any actors given you their thing to put up, at the auto parts store?
Did you have it in your
Do you have
office?
your
Was your
mug- do you have
headshots?
your headshot up there?
No. You know what? We're like almost like incognito. We're like indented into a parking lot, and we're between the 5 and the 134 freeway, but like not so much in the path of a studio.
Not a lot of
So a lot
walk-by
of people,
traffic.
no. I mean, we sell parts to people as far as like Australia daily, because the internet, you can sell anything to anyone.
You know what that is, Chunk?
I mean, look at Amazon.
The interweb?
Yeah.
Heard a lot about it. I like that area. I'm starting to like that area a little more by the 5 and the 134. There's a
Oh,
studio.
yeah, you like that area. Yeah.
Well,
What kind of interview is this?
this is your house. It's a beautiful house.
Thank you.
If you sold your house, you can get twice as much house.
At the
in that
134 and
area.
the
That's
5.
true.
Okay, let me tell you something. For
here we
8
go.
days, for 8 years, 5 days a week, I was going from this neighborhood to the 134 and the 5. There's on Victory Boulevard, Victory Studios, where they did Extra, and now they do crime.
That's across the street from
It's
my family's business.
It's
How do you like me
also
now?
it's
How do you like me
literally,
now?
literally,
It's,
that's across the street. It's right next door.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to be there in like a week or so. I'll come by and say hello.
Yeah, you should.
Do you mind?
Not at
I'll come
all.
by. Okay. Yeah.
Not at
there
all.
you go.
See,
But you don't love the neighborhood.
Gary, let me know when he's gonna be here.
I'll make sure.
I went to the Thai restaurant just the other day.
Which one?
The one by the convenience store on that corner of
On
like
Olive?
Western and Victory. Is it Western?
East Wind.
No, I think it's at Olive. It's a
It could be Olive.
named East Wind.
Okay, what about that Kevin?
Sounds like fun,
wait
right?
a second. It's right next door to the sushi joint in that little plaza.
yeah. I want to say that's
It could be Olive. Okay. Anyway, we're talking small talk, and thank you guys for tuning in. This is the moment we've all been been waiting for. We're gonna ask Mr. Bright the day he lost his. But let's not do that. His
Why?
wife's gonna. Because we always put someone in that uncomfortable
Yeah,
spot.
let's not.
You
do
know
that.
what? You know it's
You
fine.
don't mind?
No,
Really?
Was
You
it an
lost your
interesting
virginity?
story?
no. It was an interesting story.
All right, cool. Let's hear it.
So I was 15, and if you're under 18, you should not do this. I don't recommend. Actually, what is the drinking age? Is it 18 or
21, yeah.
If you're under 21, this was back in the day. So I was with a couple of my cousins. They just turned 16. I was 15, and we're driving around, and we just happened to know someone at a liquor store, so we scored like a 6-pack, and then we met these girls on the street, and we took them. We were drinking, we went to a park, and I thought I was actually like, okay, this is it. I'm gonna like do it, right? And I was like, I don't even think I ever got it in, thinking I was in, because it's dark. It's dark. She ended up like passing out, and I was like, oh God, this is not happening. So my first experience was incredibly awkward.
Horrible.
And I think my brother Patrick, he goes, we were talking about it one day. He's like, oh yeah, man, you gotta find like one girl, to just practice with, just get it going. Right. And so I did. I found like a girl in my school
That would
she
practice.
just did it.
Hey, Sally, what are you doing?
It
after
wasn't
school?
like-
Do you want to practice losing our virginity?
Can we?
It wasn't-
I
it
just
wasn't
want to
about
clarify. Were they
practice.
girls from the street or were they street girls?
No. They were not from the street. They were just hanging out.
Oh, okay.
They were walking probably home, and it was like back in the day when like things were. You remember like those days in Westwood where people would like pick up?
No, I grew up in Coconut Grove, Florida.
Yeah.
Did you really?
I did. When I was at spring break at Fort
spring
Lauderdale.
break, right?
Yeah.
So cars would be cruising.
Oh, my God,
And you'd
yeah.
pick up chicks all the time. That's the stuff that was, back in the day. It was like that.
I picked up a chick in a drive-in
Did you?
movie theater. A drive-in.
Come on.
Yeah, and I hopped in the back seat with her.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get it on?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
What was the movie?
Humanoids of the Deep.
Wow.
Nice pull.
Yeah. Yeah.
Andy's favorite film.
How many people do you think did it in drive-ins?
Oh man.
Like,
do you
all
think
the
a drive-in
time.
would work today? Like if you got
Yeah.
a cool one with
Yeah.
good food. And,
Definitely.
I think so too.
The problem is space.
Yeah, especially around here.
It's limited.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to have massive space.
Yeah.
Because you need a bunch of cars at one time. To
Or
go
if you did it boutique style and only 20 cars could come in at a time, you got your meal like
Yeah.
from a cool chef,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, look at
Just outdoor.
iPick theaters.
What is that?
iPick on Westwood.
Is that a drive-in?
Wilshire. No. It's a theater
Right.
with like reclining.
Oh, yeah, we have
lazy
got one
Oh
of
wooden
yeah,
chairs.
we have that here.
They serve you alcohol.
Right.
They give you dinner. You
And
know.
then they drop the check right when the movie's
it's
getting to its best part.
$170. Yeah, it's $170 to go.
Right.
Out. That's what
Yeah.
my wife and I last year
Yeah.
we went to one. I'm like,
out of control.
Yeah, and if the movie sucks, you're really screwed.
yeah,
mean,
but see, if he can take that. He can, he can bring his, whole family.
No.
He sells one
Yeah.
clutch.
No.
Yeah, he's like buying strangers.
My wife
tickets.
doesn't work, so
One dual card.
Oh, she works.
I'm-
she
I'm,
just doesn't draw an income. Don't
Thank
tell.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just
That
to
is
clarify,
true.
she works her ass off
Right,
They work
right.
harder than us.
around
man.
the clock.
Yeah.
My wife works
When they're
3
sick.
times harder than me. And yes, this is foreplay for the weekend.
Yeah. I got in a fight with my wife today because
you?
she came home from work. She caught me napping.
Come on.
Your wife listen to the show?
Don't be silly.
No.
Just talk shit. Come on.
Say whatever you
Let's
want,
hang
dude.
out here.
Yeah. My wife's like, I live
Let's
with
get
you. I'm not going to
divorced
listen
first.
to you.
I got enough of you.
I had nothing out of that. I don't listen to you anyway.
How do you? You've been married for what? 10 years?
12 years a slave.
Yeah. Yeah, we got pregnant on our honeymoon.
Nice.
Yeah, we were in Ireland and got one past the goalie early in the game. We freaked out.
That wasn't the plan?
No. She's like, I'm gonna get off the pill. It's gonna take a while to wear off.
Oh.
And then we just had one 9 months later. Bam.
Nice.
I'm so glad we did.
See, now my kids listen to the show, and the first time I lost my virginity, we had West.
Yeah, West. Yeah.
Really? You didn't buy him at the store?
Yeah.
Because if my kids ever listen to this, this is exactly where we got you guys, at the store.
Hey, Andy, you've been listening to this whole thing. Any thoughts? Any thoughts that you want to jump in on?
When are you going to lose your virginity?
I often
40-year-old
think about
virgin.
Yeah. Andy's got like 4 kids, right? Don't you have like 4 or 5 kids?
He's got 3.
Three? Is it 3?
3 knuckleheads,
I
2
got 2
twins.
extras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You got boys, girls?
I have a 9-year-old twins, boy and a girl.
Oh, wow.
The girl is going to be surfing.
You
Oh,
gonna,
she's
you gonna
good.
tattoo the
She's
boy?
tough, man.
Tattoo his face up?
No, she's the one that's going to get the tattoo. She's got the side of her head shaved right
She's
now.
I
a
saw
tough-
that.
Does she
I saw
really?
that.
9 years old? That's awesome.
She's an athlete.
She's amazing. She's my favorite kid of all time. I haven't seen her in a while.
That's awesome.
His
That's
other
like
kid's
very
cool
creative.
too.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
come on now.
Yeah.
No, her first board is actually West's
Old board.
old shape board that he did.
That
Oh,
he
that's the
made.
one he made, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you something about the photo that you posted about. Was that you with the bodysuits? Was. Oh no! You know who that was? That was my bad. I got you confused with Doug. Doug
Started thinking
Salkin.
Salkin had a.
Jesus.
Yeah, sweat started reading up
Yeah,
there.
no.
Speaking of Doug Sultan, we have an award for him.
Yeah,
We got to have him come in.
you got to pick
Yeah,
up the
worst
most.
podcast ever.
Yeah,
Worst.
we had a buddy. You know these awards over here, but in the very beginning we had Doug Salkin on our show, and by far the worst podcast known to man.
Yeah, we never aired it.
we never aired it.
No way.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
We've had
Salkin.
worse.
How bad could it be?
Okay, check this out. Check the last name out and check your last name out. Okay, you know what I'm talking
it's
about?
Bright and Salkin.
Bright and Salkin.
I'm gonna listen to the show in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And not this exact show because this is live.
No.
No.
We're gonna.
How long
air
does it take?
You about a week and a half. It all
No,
depends.
2 weeks.
2
All
weeks.
right,
2
all
weeks.
right. I'll
We
be
have 2
listening-
shows ahead of you.
Okay, I'll be listening to a show in like 3 or 4 weeks, and they'll be
Yeah.
like, "We had this guy on. He's an actor. God, he was awful. It was the worst show ever. We couldn't even air it."
Dude, we are so
And
two-faced.
I'll be your first caller. I'll be your first caller. I'll blow up all your phones, and I'll be like, "What do you mean?"
Dude, you're welcome back any freaking time.
Chunky's getting at the comment right now and to scrub your name off the garage. See if Andy.
Where's my name? I know it's supposed to be back
Andy,
there.
can you get to this, please?
Wait, hold on. For the viewers out there, can you guys actually see that top square?
Yeah, look at that.
Can you guys
Yeah,
actually?
it's right. It's by one of our favorite guests of all time, Craig Philip Conant.
Conan.
Conant.
Most favorite. We can't remember his name.
I always
word.
mess up his last name,
Yeah.
and I dig the guy. I dig him. He's funny.
It's
as
not just his last name, by the way.
Con-
You have a tough time with names.
I do.
I do
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You know what?
Laquadara.
It's totally fine.
You can't even
Lac-
say Eves.
You don't even say the last. You don't even say the S.
You
don't say the S.
No?
It's Eve.
I've been
It's
saying
Eve.
Eves for like years.
It's everybody says Eve, so everybody in the surfing world says Eves. That's kind of funny though. He was like talking shit about that.
I
He
was.
like, yeah,
I just
you don't even know how to
stuck
say Eves.
stuck my foot in my mouth. Hey, listen, it's happened before.
But you know what? I had a flashback. Adler and I were throwing darts here last week, and we were talking about that golfer. I know this is so off the thing about the
Jordan Spieth.
Spieth
Spieth impediment.
We can't even try to duplicate that story.
No.
We'll do that next time. Okay, Yves Bright. I want to let you know I love the fact that you do have integrity, character, values, friendship, loyalty. You're a guy that's supposed to represent Venice. That's so good of you to be raising a family, and there's derelicts among us, but you rise above that shit. And I am glad that you're out there representing. I'm glad of your success. We're gonna grab onto your coattails now because you're gonna be making some big ass fucking movies. And
Yeah.
you know something? We've got your interview right here, baby. All right.
Well,
All right.
you know what?
Look up Eves Bright, people.
I'm just glad I fit in. in Venice. That's all.
You do fit
I
in,
do.
and you
I'm just
enhance
glad
it.
I
You make
just-
it a better place. You make Venice a
Nah.
better place, and I truly, truly mean that.
The kids make it a better place.
You
Your
guys-
kids.
That's sweet.
Your kids do. I love your
They
kids.
do all right.
All right, I want to say thank you to Gary Adler, the executive producer of 1 Degree of Chunky B. This show would not be possible without him. And of course, the Manimal, the man who's just cool, calm, and collected at all times, Andy Davey. Thank you for just putting the glue to this craziness. When podcasts break, you fix them.
And by the way, for hanging on to the goatee, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, you could have just said, fuck it, I'm getting a man bun and shaving this thing. But you didn't. You stuck
No,
with it.
I stuck with the goatee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's smart.
Nobody notices it when it's on or off.
Okay.
So I just
Do your
stuck with
kids freak out? You ever shave it and your kids freak out on you?
it.
They don't notice.
No, they don't notice. They don't notice shit.
Your whole look is like I couldn't imagine it any other way. With
Yeah,
the
there's no
glasses,
way.
the hair,
Do
the
you know-
goatee, it all
You want to know a
fits
little
really
known
well.
fact about Andy Davey?
Break it down.
He cuts his own hair.
I do.
I cut my own hair too.
I cut my
Get the
entire
fuck
family's
outta
hair.
here.
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I cut, as a matter of fact, I cut my whole family's,
That's-
everybody's hair.
Wow.
That's what I do.
See, I could tell because he's well groomed. Look at him.
Man.
My
whole
kids haven't paid
coif.
for. My family hasn't paid for a haircut in 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you come to our family?
I did cut Beck's hair once.
You should
did?
call your Sarah.
He's like, I cut your wife's hair yesterday. Last night.
I got $80.
Every other Saturday, Andy comes over
that
and
wasn't with
shaves
a
my
haircut.
back.
Wait, I heard it. I didn't see who said it.
Ding, 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 ding. Yves Bright, you're a man. Thank you for being in the Garage Up Love.
Yeah, thank
1
you.
Degree of Chunky B, you know what to do. Tune in. Yves Bright. Don't be a loser. Look him up.